Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Conversation, and this is your host Shiv. And we're going to talk about some general news which are very exciting today, which I couldn't cover in the last video. So, one of the exchange in financial exchange in Tokyo is also again planning to come up with a Bitcoin futures. So, after CME and CBOE, Nasdaq, another financial exchange in Tokyo is coming up with financial exchange. And also, JPMorgan now looks at Bitcoin as being the new digital gold. Now, this is very ironic because just about a couple of weeks or months back, they thought it was a fraud. Now they think it's a digital gold, right? So we're going to talk about that. And at the same time, Western Union Money Transfer, one of the top money transfer company, Western Union Money, wants to block all the cryptocurrency related transactions. Okay, so we want to cover all these news, I think, which are really important. We should be aware of. So let's start with the Tokyo Financial Exchange. Uh, so I think there's a trend of Bitcoin futures now. So all the big financial institute now wants to get into Bitcoin in the form of Bitcoin futures. So Japan is not far behind. Japan, one of the company in Japan, uh, in Tokyo, said that they are also wants to launch the Bitcoin futures as early as possible in the month of January next year, right? So they're just waiting for some approval from Financial Instrument and Exchange Act, so that they can recognize as a financial product. Now, Bitcoin is recognized in Japan as a legal payment method, but not as a financial product. So as soon as they do that, they will be listing Bitcoin futures in Tokyo as well. And this will be interesting to see what happens to the Bitcoin price when all these financial institutes start listing Bitcoin as a Bitcoin futures, right? Another thing is that JP Morgan now somehow started believing that maybe Bitcoin is a new digital gold, as you can see. Now, one of the fear that all the banks that they had earlier maybe was that maybe Bitcoin is going to replace banks being the digital payment system, which of course that is what is meant for. But banks are somehow happy that okay, maybe Bitcoin is not a digital payment system, it's a gold. We can treat it just like a gold, and then we can offer Bitcoin futures or other financial instrument to their consumers, and they can make money out of it, right? So that is what is the new news, which is now JP Morgan saying that maybe Bitcoin is the new digital gold. I mean, I've seen this happening into the space for so many other players. There have been critics, there have been people who have been criticizing Bitcoin and then later on accepting it. No, maybe this is the gold and we should get into it. We should be a part of this revolutionary technology, right? Another news is that Western Union Money Transfer has blocked all the cryptocurrency related transactions. Now, Western Union Money Transfer used to deal with the exchanges like Kraken and other exchanges, which is like a high volume transaction. Now, the Western Union Money Transfer says that if any transaction which is related to the cryptocurrency, I'm not going to facilitate, I'm not going to support it. So this is like a strike against, against something which is trying to take over their business model. Like Western Union Money Transfer is their revenue depends on the money transfer from one country to the other country, right? And what if you can do the same in the form of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Litecoin? Then there is no need of Western Union money transfer. So Western Union money transfer has come out and said that if there is any transaction that revolves cryptocurrencies, we will not facilitate that. Let's see how long they can survive that, because I do think that the cryptocurrencies will actually take over, Now, another news is that Bitcoin is now bigger than Buffet and Buzzing and New Zealand. Now, this was on the news about yesterday on a couple of newspapers as well, if you have read. Now, this reminds me of, if you relate this news to the RBI's warning right now, which we covered this morning. Now, it's very difficult for a person to actually, stay away from this economic revolution, especially in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Especially when you see Bitcoin being as big as buffets and New Zealand. I mean, these warnings are something that people will still think about twice whether they should actually take this warning seriously, because despite these warnings, the Bitcoin is growing every day, and it becomes very difficult for a normal guy, for a normal person, not to participate in such a revolutionary technology called Bitcoin, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day, right? So this is something that again I wanted to share. When so many things are happening into the Bitcoin space now, Yahoo Finance has gone ahead and listed Bitcoin as a on their price. So you can see Bitcoin on the Yahoo Finance, which was not earlier possible. Of course, they list Dow, Nasdaq, Russell, crude oil, gold, but they have now started listing Bitcoin as well. So these are the kind of news, and that is why I believe that the demand for Bitcoin in India and across the globe is on a massive rise because of the other economic factors, the strong factors which were involved right now. And of course, RBI just gone ahead and said that warn people about the risk involved into cryptocurrency. But I do hope that they come about with some kind of regulations, because when so many things are happening around the globe, India cannot afford to just keep quiet and not accept this cryptocurrency of Bitcoin. So I just hope that maybe the same thing has been the same thing has gone to Supreme Court, saying that for some kind of regulations on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But it'll be interesting to see what exactly they come out here in India. So this is the news that I wanted to cover. Of course, now you can pay Bitcoin, can pay your traffic fines in South Africa in terms of adoption. It's being repeatedly adopted all across the globe. Now JPMorgan also is saying that maybe Bitcoin is a digital gold. So there's a lot of excitement around the system, and which I thought I'll keep you guys updated. So do let me know what you think about it. Now another news here that says that Public Bank of China governor believes in Bitcoin will die, but Chinese market disagrees. Now, as you guys know that cryptocurrency exchanges are banned in China right now, okay? But still, there are people who are still transacting Bitcoin, because to transact Bitcoin, you really don't need an exchange, right? This is a peer-to-peer technology, so it can be transferred from one person to the other person, right? So, of course, the Chinese market has disagreed on what Public Bank of China government says, that Bitcoin will die. I mean, there have been a lot of criticism in the past as well that Bitcoin is a bubble and Bitcoin will die. But so far, Bitcoin is on rise right now, reaching as high as $12,429. Another thing that I would like you to share with you guys is this video here. This is a beautiful
I want to start with Bitcoin and the wild, wild ride it's been. So after hitting the skids a bit yesterday and falling from highs above 11,000, the cryptocurrency is on its way back up. And actually, very exciting news here today at Yahoo Finance. We are launching data and charts for 105 different coins. Tell us the importance of that.
So Yahoo Finance is going to put the data of 105 cryptocurrencies, which was not earlier. Now, even if you look right now, they only show the stock exchanges, right? Nasdaq, Russell, crude oil, and now of course they show Bitcoin as well over here. Yeah, BTC and USD. But now they are going to list 105 cryptocurrencies on Yahoo Finance. So this is a very interesting interview that I came across. I think you should definitely watch this.
Yeah, I think very important. Look, I remember years back when I didn't work here but saw from afar Yahoo Finance added Bitcoin. Only Bitcoin, which of course first cryptocurrency started in 2009. And when Yahoo Finance added charts for Bitcoin, people in the Bitcoin community who, this was early days, these were the true believers, they were very excited and thrilled. And now we're rolling out charts for 105 different coins. I think it shows you just how the cryptocurrency space has exploded. So if you want to track the price now of Ether, which is the coin on Ethereum, or Litecoin, or Ripple, or Dash, any of these, we have charts for those.
All right, now you wrote an original piece about...
So this is what it says. It's just like coinmarketcap.com. Now Yahoo Finance is going to list 105 cryptocurrencies and their prices on their platform.
About the 11 biggest players. Curious why 11?
Yeah, we did this last year, and it just happened to be 11, and then I thought, it's like the old BuzzFeed thing of an odd number.
Right.
And also, when I looked at the names that I wanted to consider, I had 11.
Okay.
So that worked.
So what we're talking about is the 11 biggest people in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So why don't you give us the few who you found the most interesting?
Yeah, the list is unranked. I didn't want to get into the politics of who's number one. But to me, three that stand out right away, I would mention Naval Ravikant, who is a VC tech investor, very well-known guy.
So he also talks about the 11 most influential people right now, names in the cryptocurrency right now. And the first name that he mentioned is Naval Ravikant. He's an Indian guy and the founder of AngelList, one of the venture capitalist firm which funds all the startups, and he is in the top 11. The title, he's the 11 biggest names in cryptocurrency right now. So here is another article which I want to share. Is the first one is Brian Armstrong, the founder of Coinbase, and then you have Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, the creator of Ethereum. On number 3 is Yuthika. So LedgerX is another company which is trading Bitcoin derivatives. They started last month. They have a approval from CFTC. And then Jack Dorsey, the founder of Square and Twitter CEO, Jack Dorsey, So he is founder of Square. Now on Square app, you can buy and sell Bitcoins. And then number 5 is Terry Duffy, the CME Group CEO. And number 6 is Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin. Number 7 is Naval Ravikant. This is not in order. I mean, this is just a list. You cannot really put them in order. Just a random list, right? The founder of CoinList. So after AngelList, he's found CoinList, another venture capitalist firm. And then you have Elizabeth from BitPesa. And number 9, you have Barry Silbert, the digital currency group CEO. He's again an ex-banker. Balaji Srinivasan from Earn.com. And then you have Elizabeth Strack, the founder of Lightning Labs, the Lightning network that can enable the fast transaction, which is already active on Litecoin and probably will be activated on Bitcoin also sometime in future to speed up the transaction. So this is the interesting.
Tech has been in the space for years, but not previously in cryptocurrency. He's the co-founder of AngelList, which we know is a website where institutional investors and accredited investors can actually put money into a big mainstream startup. He's also an early investor in Twitter and Uber, but now he's turned his attention to crypto. He has co-founded this stealth VC firm that is just for investing in cryptocurrency companies, really a hedge fund that also Mark Andreessen is invested in.
So that's it, guys. So AngelList, the founder of AngelList, Naval Ravikant, now founded another company called CoinList, which is going to put money into any startups into blockchain, probably funding the ICOs and things like that. So these are the 11 big names right now already a part of cryptocurrency and the blockchain, and it becomes very difficult when you have this kind of warning saying that not to participate and of course, but again, this is a reminder. If you can take care of your funds in terms of securing your funds, in terms of keeping your wallet safe, in terms of having a safe transaction, I think they are okay with that till the time they don't come up with some kind of regulation. So this is all I wanted to cover, guys. I hope this was a long video, I know, but this was kind of really important, which I could relate to and I couldn't stop myself sharing with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hit the subscribe button if you're still watching it, and please leave your feedback in the comment below. Thank you so much, and see you. Take care.